Hey there, welcome back to some more Plants vs. Zombies. These file sizes are huge, so I'm gonna get right into this. Okay, last time on Plants vs. Zombies, we left off here at level 1-6. We had just obtained this plant, the potato mine. And today, well, specifically in this first level, well, not first, you know what I mean, first level of the day, I'm gonna show off what the potato mine's good for. And although last video I said I wasn't too crazily fond of it, it does serve some pretty good purposes. So, with the potato mine, early on, especially in particular, what am I even saying? In specific, the first levels of the game, the potato mine's really useful at doing exactly what you see on the screen. Because only one zombie's coming at a time, so I can take the first 3 to, roughly 3 zombies with just potato mines. And although they have a pretty slow recharging time, as you're watching right now, I'm able to just stall time, get up a pretty decent base of sun, and kill off the first 3 zombies for, oh, achievement unlocked. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that, but I'm gonna pronounce it Spadow. Spadow. We'll get into achievements later, maybe even in this video, if we have some extra time. So yeah, potato mines are really useful, especially now, as I said, at just stalling time the first few levels of... See, like even down here, place a potato mine, and I'm able to collect a pretty hefty amount of sun, and develop a good defense and base of artillery plants, such as these pea shooters, really thanks to, the potato mines alone, and that's one thing that I do like that plant for. Alright, one thing I also wanted to say about last episode was, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't have the sound effects turned on, which, like, when we collect a new plant, or when a potato mine explodes, any sound that the game makes that's not actually, like, music, you wouldn't have heard last time, but now I have it on, so hopefully you hear it. And that zombie we just killed was a new zombie. I'm not sure what to call it. There's like actual like names of like all the zombies, but I'm not sure what that one's. Like it's probably just like pole vault zombie or something. At one point in the game, you do get a book, and it like an in-game book, and it tells you all the names of all the plants that you collected and all the zombies, and gives you some background insight on all of them. It's pretty interesting. We'll skim through it every time we encounter a new zombie or plant. Alrighty, here's the pole vault zombie again, and what the pole vault zombies do is if you don't kill them before they reach your first plant, they hurtle over them. Like, I think we'll kill it off here before we have to go through that. Yeah, okay. But for example, if it were to get to that first pea shooter, it would use its pole vault to leap over the pea shooter, and it would immediately be behind this, and start eating the next plant, which is not that good. During final wave, I always recommend just like, here, I'll show you here. I'll put a potato mine here, and it will pole vault over the, there you get to see it. But once it's pole vaulted over one plant, then it doesn't have the pole vault to use for another plant. Yeah, as I was saying shortly ago, it's always good when you get to final wave, you can just spam plants, and don't hold back, just like put plants in random places, because they all benefit you in some way. And speaking of plants, we have gathered a new one. Okay, the snow pea shooter, technically it's a pea shooter, but essentially what it is, the snow pea is just a pea shooter that shoots frozen peas rather than actual just regular peas. And what the snow peas do is they freeze your enemies, and the frozen peas slow the enemy down, so they walk like slower and they take longer to eat your plants and such. I'm not huge on the snow peas. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't not like them, but due to them being essentially the same thing as the pea shooter and doing the exact same amount of damage, I'm not huge. I don't know. I just don't like them that much. But, they're definitely somewhat useful. Like I've used them before on levels. Like, in some cases, I've actually used them rather than pea shooters. In later levels throughout the game, which you'll get to see later on in the LP. But I don't know. I'm not that big on them. Especially due to their rather hefty price of 175 sun, which at this point is pretty significant. Yeah, overall I'm not that big on them. You can mess around with them. I don't know. That's one of the things this game's beautiful for, is it's all about personal preference. I mean, heck, just because I don't like something doesn't mean you guys can't like, just because I don't like snow peas doesn't mean you guys can't like them. I mean, heck, this game's beautiful for messing around with stuff, experimenting, trying new things out, seeing what works well together. That's part of the reason it did so well. I mean, it was so good at being like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, Plants vs. Zombies is whatever you want it to be. You can try out new plants, and eventually, I mean, as you see here, we've now filled our bar full of plants, which, until we get another, sorry guys, you may or may not have heard that there, but the phone rang, and, yeah, so I'm likely gonna edit that out of the video. What was I talking about? Oh god. I hate phone interruptions when recording. Oh dear, what was I talking about? Talking about personal preference. I think that's where I left off. Yeah, so, yeah, just mess around, guys, and see what works best for you. That's a beautiful thing about this game. Okay, here. Oh, no! There we go, I know what I was talking about. Yeah, as you can see, we're now approaching the full... well, not approaching, we've now filled our plant, like, arsenal here. And, until we buy another slot, which you can... We currently have 6 slots, I believe. The maximum number of slots you can have is 9 in this game. Yeah. And until you get to that point, like, until you get to the point of, buying another slot or two, you, from now on, for all the levels after this, we're gonna have to think about our plant selection, and it becomes more and more up to you as to, like what your strategy is, what plants you use, what combos you use, and it gets increasingly, the introduction of having, like, you having to choose what plants you use for a specific level really increases the difficulty of the game, and makes it a fair amount more challenging, which I like it. I like having to customize what plants I have and coming up with good combos and strategies. Like, when I say combos, I mean, like, some plants work, like, really well in immediate succession, like, one behind another, or side by side, or whatever. And, like I said, just mess around, figure stuff out. Yeah, so there's a few, like, really good combos that, like, I don't think there's anything that, like, I mean, sure, like, putting, obviously it just makes sense to, like, it just makes logical sense to put a, oh no, we might be in a bit of trouble here, actually. Oh dear. Let's stall it out with a walnut. See, this is where you can get into a bit of trouble with the pole vault zombies. When they start, getting behind your, defenses, this is getting really messy, really quick. And, I'm just gonna try to stall it out here. And, put a cherry bomb down once it eats through that. Oh! Sweet! I did not know that happened. We just got 2 zombies with 1 potato mine, and I don't think... Well, I'm sure it's happened to me before. I just don't remember it. That's awesome. Okay, that potato mine really helped us out there, so... We have a bunch of sun, so I'm just gonna start throwing random plants down. No, this is gonna be funny. It's gonna pull both over 1 potato mine and land on the other. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, okay, we're approaching the second final wave. I think we should be good here. Like I said earlier in the video, guys, don't be afraid to, like, spam, like, even if it doesn't make, like sense, just, like, it's always better to have a plant in position than to have no plant at all. Like, I'm not even putting the potato mine I put down, I'm not even putting it there to prevent any specific zombie. I'm just putting it there because I know in the future it's gonna kill 1 to 2, maybe even 3 zombies, and that's gonna really help us out, so... Don't be afraid to just spam plants like I'm doing here. Like, just put them in any which way once you get to... Especially in Final Wave. Yeah, once you get to Final Wave, then it's... crazy. It's crazy what, just spamming plants can do. Like, mix and match, throw some potato mines down. See where there's, like, a large quantity of, zombies, and put plants in. Put plants there. I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Like, you guys can figure it out. And we should be good here. And with that... Ooh! Yes, one of my favorites. Okay, the Chomper. The description says it devours a zombie whole, but is vulnerable while chewing. Yeah, ooh, Buckethead zombie. See, this is what I was talking about. Now we have the interface at the beginning of each level in which we have to choose our plants because we are out of slots, and it's up to us now as to which plants we put in our arsenal. So definitely need sunflowers. Cherry bombs are useful in Final Wave. Oh, I definitely want to show off the walnut and chomper combo that I do love. And potato mines are useful at the... Oh god, it comes down to this controversy. You know what? Despite having previously said what I did say about snow peas, I'm gonna go with them. I don't know, I just feel like... I'm not even sure, I just think snow peas are gonna come in handy. Like, I'm kind of mentally disregarding what I said previously about them, but... Like, they're alright, but... I don't know. We'll get to try them out here. It's always good to, like I previously said once again, to throw stuff together and see how everything works out. Trial and error, guys. If it doesn't work, then fix it. Okay, once we get up enough sun, I'm gonna showcase one of my favorite combos. I mean, it's not my favorite combo, like I didn't think of it or anything. Like anyone who knows Plants vs. Zombies will know this like anyone who's played it, I'm sure has figured out this combo or read it online or something. And it works surprisingly well. Because, well, you'll get to see that later. Alrighty, let's throw down a potato mine. Once again, I'm really proving that potato mines are useful at this point in the game. We can just build up a huge amount of sun, and... yeah, potato mines are definitely useful for that. And there's a few other plants, that are used once to kill a zombie once they're activated. And, those are good, because you can stall even longer at the beginning, rather than having to wait for the potato mine to recharge, you can just go like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And, yeah, it's pretty interesting. Okay, now I'm going to start developing what I mean here by the combo in row 3. Okay, so you get a walnut, and you place a walnut down. Oh, awesome, there's already a zombie coming. So you put a walnut down, and then you put a chomper immediately behind it. And, the chompers, have the ability of, well, what they do is they basically eat a zombie, but they take time to finish it, and they're vulnerable while they're eating. But, there you go. There you have it. So, brains. What this combo allows you to do is, the chomper can reach over and grab it, and grab, like, brains. Prey from the other side of it, the walnut. And that works really well, because sorry about that, guys. Once again, you'll probably notice that there's some form of visual hint that I video edited that, because we had our second phone interruption of the episode, and I have a feeling like, due to what I said just earlier in the episode about being interrupted on the phone while you're recording, I have a feeling that's gonna, like I just jinxed something for the rest of the LP. Anyways, back to what I was saying about the chomper walnut combination, or what's kind of been, like, internet known as the Chomp-Nut combination. How this works is, I don't know how far I got to explaining it, thanks to the beloved interruption of the telephone. But yeah, so placing a chomper behind a walnut in immediate succession, basically, as you're seeing here, allows the chomper, which can reach over the walnut, to get the zombie, but while it's eating, as I said, it's vulnerable, but due to the walnut, the zombie's not able to attack it while it's chewing. So this, as I said, this works really well at just, like, well, killing like, you guys have eyes, you can see what's happening on the screen. While they're eating, I'm not being able to be harmed or anything. And that works like a charm, guys. I do love this strategy, and I'm sure some other people on YouTube have talked about this in Plants vs. Zombies Let's Plays or strategy guides or whatever. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of, like, I don't know how well you know, like, YouTube LPers, but if you guys have heard of, let's see, who's in the Plants vs. Nintendo Capri Sun? He did, Plants vs. Zombies LP, and I guarantee, guys, even though I don't, like, even though I haven't seen, like, an episode in which he does it, I guarantee he uses this. If he doesn't discuss this, I guarantee he at least uses it without explaining it. But it works phenomenally as a great combo. So try it out, guys. Especially in these early levels, it really helps. Holy, Final Wave came really fast in this episode. We encountered a new type of zombie. That was the Buckethead zombie. The Buckethead zombie is essentially just a conehead zombie. Oh god, that was a quick level. Essentially just a conehead zombie with a much higher defensive barrier. So it's basically the exact same thing as a conehead zombie, but its cone does, like, the conehead zombie's cone does not protect it near as much as the Buckethead zombie's bucket, if that makes any sense. Okay, now we have the repeater, which fires 2 peas at a time. So you're getting the damage of 2 pea shooters every, like, interval, every second or whatever, for the space of 1 row, which is really, really useful. And, I'm gonna ditch the snow pea and the pea shooter in this level for the repeater. I love it that much, guys. So we're gonna go sunflower, cherry bomb, repeater, chomper, potato mine, and walnut for that infamous Chomp-Nut combo, the early potato mine stall. And yeah, we're gonna try out the repeaters. And generally, guys, at the beginning of a level, I'll test out the plant we got before. Like, there's not going to be many situations where we get a new plant and I say, oh well, you'll never see what that does, I don't like it. I mean, hopefully I try out every plant and you get to see them all in action. Yeah. So as you can see, there comes a point where you develop a fair amount of strategy. Like, we already have the potato mine usage at the beginning of each level to stall out every zombie rather than wasting sun on pea shooters. And the Chomp-Nut combo, which is obviously one of my favorites. Alrighty. Yeah, so a fair amount of strategy comes into play early in this game, which, like, the first couple levels, even the first 5 levels are fairly boring and not hard to, like, they're not that hard in difficulty, but later on it gets, fair more strategic based. What the heck, let's go Chomper. We'll keep the potato mine back there for backup. And then I'll put a row of repeaters in here. It's not totally necessary, but I'm big on in these games on, like, having symmetry. Like, I like all my rows to be the exact same, or, like, I like having, like, patterns, if that makes sense. I don't know why. I don't know, I enjoy, like, having patterns in my layouts of my plants. As you can see here, like, I have all sunflowers in this row, all potato mines in this row, chompers in this row, walnuts in this row. Like, it's unnecessary, but, I don't know. It's fun to, it looks a lot better, and, I don't know, I feel like it's doing much more when really it's not, but it's all up to you guys how you place your plants. Alrighty, we're getting pretty close to final wave number 1. This is a 2 final wave level, and we're 1 level away from the special level of the game, or of the, like, video, I don't know. Let's put a repeater down. Oh god, I have nothing in row 4 but a sunflower. We need to fix that before final wave. Okay, repeater or Chomp-Nut? Let's go repeater. Oh, this is gonna work out well. It's gonna hurdle over the... This is the other thing it works well at, defending. It defends well against pole vault zombies, because the pole vault zombie hops right over the walnut, but goes right into the jaws of the, Chomp-Nut. And that works pretty well. How the heck we're not at final wave yet is beyond me. I mean, we're, like, on the flag, and generally, final wave starts before you reach the flag, but whatever. No, I don't know what it is about me and symmetry in this game. Alrighty, final wave time, even though it's hardly final wave. Actually, no, what am I talking about? It's only final wave. It's the last flag of the level. Oh, guys. Yeah, like, this flag right here, like, this wave of zombies is not final wave, it's just a huge wave of zombies. Like, nothing about it is final. There's still another... Like, in some cases, there's levels where there's even 3 huge waves, and I guess the other 2 aren't really final waves, they're just huge waves, so... Don't listen to me, guys, I don't know what I'm talking about. Which is definitely not a good thing, seeing as I'm the one giving the LP here. Oh my god, my symmetry is beautiful. Yeah, about that symmetry, I'm not really sure what it is. I just think it adds to, like, my... Oh, this isn't good. Not good at all. See, now, because it hopped over the walnut, and this chomper was already eating, now that's problematic, because now it's past the chomper. And luckily, I installed that line of potato mines, that can be potentially bad if a pole vault zombie comes while a chomper's eating. So this line of repeaters helps ensure that that never happens, and it limits the amount of situations we have like that in which pole vault zombie comes while the chomper is still eating. Alrighty here. One lone bucket zombie in row 5. There we go. Chomper swallows finally. Oh my god. Perfect symmetry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows, all with complete lines of 5 different plants. I'd put a row of cherry bombs in, but that is impossible. So I think the best thing to do in this situation is... I'm gonna put another row of walnuts here, and then put a row of chompers here. I mean, we already have a good enough defense to make it to the end of the level, but why not? So, let's go there. I do love the chompers, guys. They're a really useful plant. I highly recommend. Definitely don't pass these up. As I said, even if you don't think you'll like something or don't like something, it's always good to mix and match and experiment with different things in this game. And, oh no. See, we have another potentially awkward situation. So, cherry bomb time. Yeah. I do love this game, guys. I love how it's really up to you how you play it. Definitely one of my favorite, like, I originally had this on my iPod before I got it on my computer. And, yeah, it's definitely my favorite iPod game of all time. Yeah, I like it a lot better than Angry Birds. I'm not a huge fan of Angry Birds. Fruit Ninja, I'm just listing off, like, famous, not famous, but, like, commonly played, iPod and, like, Android games. Fruit Ninja is alright. I put the potato mine down, by the way, guys, just so it would not jump over the Chomp-Nut, like, do you know what I mean? Oh my god, never mind. Some stuff is pretty self-explanatory, and you can, like, you can just see from my videos, or, like, from what I'm doing, you can tell what's going on. Hello. We are about to launch an all-out attack on your house. Sincerely, the zombies. Alright, we have another one of those, as I said, every 5th level, there's going to be a special level where you have a conveyor belt that shoots you plants. Okay, guys, up until the word plant was, narrated live, and, due to some problems with the, by the way, this is post-narrated, like, everything, just for level 10, my narration layover will not be... It was not narrated during the time of which I was playing the game, but, rather after that point. So, yeah. There's a problem with the sound effects. Even though I had the sound effects on minimal volume, for Plants vs. Zombies, they were still so loud that, like, just the sound of, like, peas hitting, the helmets of the buckets of, Buckethead zombies, was overpowering my voice, and you could not even come close to hearing me. So hopefully this is a better alternative, and I think for next video, unless I can find a harmony between the sound effects and my voice, unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to work out, so I think I'm going to have to play this game throughout the rest of the LP without sound effects. And as bad as that is, I mean, it's my voice or sound effects, and if you ask me, I know what I'd rather do, and I think what you'd rather do, like, I think the sound effects aren't that big of a sacrifice, and I think it's manageable. If you guys can figure out what the problem is, please, be my guest. Leave a suggestion in the comment box. I'm using Fraps, guys. Fraps. I have Plants vs Zombies music and sound effects on minimum volume. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't get why it's so overpoweringly loud. I have Fraps set to record the voice in my microphone as well as my Windows 7 sound, like my stereo mix.